Hello everyone, this is Driven Roads and I am going to be the host. My name is Jesse. It's kind of going to be a little bit different of a thing for me. I normally do kind of gaming channels, some interesting other stuff. But in my free time when I'm not doing gaming or when I'm not working or working on my car or anything else, what I like to do is I like to go out and I like to take long road trips through the beautiful scenery here in upstate New York or wherever I can happen to be. It's kind of a it's an interesting hobby because you learn a lot about the area, you learn a lot about the history, you meet really cool people, you find really cool things along the roadside. I mean, I know there's been other things where people have done this and they always come across these cool little places and these cool little things. Well, this is kind of similar to that, but I've never seen this done in the Adirondacks, and the Adirondacks is a very history-rich area. It's a very, very picturesque area, and it just so happens that I've lived here pretty much all of my life without a few breaks here and there, and I happen to know a lot of this history and a lot of these places and a lot of the cool little stories that go with them, and this is kind of a way for me to share that with everybody because I really enjoy doing that. I'm very passionate about it when I'm out in the world doing this stuff. So that's kind of what this is going to be about. I don't know what frequency I'm going to do this with. I don't know how often I'm going to do it, but I've got a ton of video already saved up. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a road. I'm going to drive it. I'm going to record it with a nice camera that I picked up. And I'm going to come home. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I'm going to basically do a little voiceover like I'm doing right now and talk about it and see what you guys think. If you guys have never been to the area that I'm from or any of the areas that I go, this is a really good opportunity to see some great roads for road trips. I do all of these in my car. I have a very reliable little Subaru that I just kind of beat the snot out of and drive around. A lot of these roads are really good for motorcycle trips. If you're really, really into long bicycle trips, I suppose they'd even be good for that. I'm not going to bike a lot of these because they're kind of in the middle of nowhere for me, and I like to do, a couple 100 miles at a shot when I do one of these road trips, and then I come back and I break the video down into a couple sections, pick a road and kind of talk about it. This particular road here that I'm driving down, this is actually a road called Blue Ridge Road. It runs between the town of North Hudson and the former town of Tahawus, which is near Newcomb and in the High Peaks region of the Adirondacks. Very pretty little road. It used to be one of the actually still is the primary method of getting anything by tractor trailer from this part of Newcomb to I-87 north or southbound to get to the Canadian border, or obviously south to Albany. I really enjoy driving this road a lot, actually. More in the summer than in the winter. In the winter, it's a little rough. As most of you know, you get up in these remote regions and stuff, road maintenance, while still good, the guys that do this are great, and I give them a lot of props for what they do. There's not much you can do about the frost heaves and stuff like that happens, and it's really just kind of it's a better summertime cruise. The scenery is really pretty, though, and it's just a fun drive. There's a lot of long straightaways, some really twisty, windy corners, and it's fun. You get lost if you're like me and you enjoy driving anyways, you get lost in the rhythm of the corners, and before you know it, you're like, holy crap, I just covered 100 miles, and where did it go, Put on some good music and just chill out and listen to it. This particular section that I'm about to enter here is actually a really interesting section. It's called the Forever Wild section. This section of the Adirondack Park is actually deemed forever wild. There can be no construction or anything like that in this area. It has to stay as it is. You notice a glitch in the video here. I pulled over to show a friend of mine that rock over on the right side, which I have to get pictures of. It's a balancing rock. It looks really neat. Something you can check out if you take this trip, though. Really, 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 really cool. My camera is mounted directly to my windshield, so it makes it a little difficult to kind of turn it and see those things. But, it is what it is. Still. This section of road, like I said, being forever wild, they don't use road salt on it either. They can only use sand. So as you can tell, the condition of the road, being as there was snow the previous night, is not the best. Speed limit is 55 through here. I generally run about 40, 45 through here, especially in the wintertime because the frost heaves make it really, really rough. But awesome little area to check out. Great, just little hidden gem. I mean, if you look into the woods here, you can tell how wild it is. 10 feet off of the road, you can't see into the woods anymore. That's it. I mean, it's as raw and as untouched, really, as you can find. So it definitely something to check out. An area that I really highly recommend. If you're into like hiking, camping, fishing, anything like that, check it out. Just respect the area when you do it. Take your trash with you. Don't mess it up. You know, if I catch you messing it up, me and you are going to have a problem, and you don't want that. Trust me. Again, it's just an area I'm very passionate about because I grew up here as a kid, fishing and hiking and camping and hunting and trapping and everything else, and I really get a little protective over it when I see people screwing with it because I do love the area so much, and I really think there needs to be more people that are like that. Coming out of this last set of corners here on this specific section of the road, we're going to go across the bridge. The bridge is a bridge over the Boris River. We always called it the Boris. It's spelled Boreas or some such. Anyways, really good little fishing stream. It's posted on the left side of the road. On the right side of the road, it's not posted. You can fish there. I usually catch some really nice little trout out of there on a fly rod. Definitely a place I recommend fishing. Yeah, it's just this whole area up here. I find myself driving this a lot. Doesn't really matter the time of year. Like I said, it is more in the summer. You come up here and I get away, it's my little way to get away from the tourists because the area I live in is a very big tourist area and not the kind of tourist area that I like. We're more of a shops and boutiques and, tourist area, I guess. I come up to areas like this and I meet tourists, and I usually find that it's a lot different variety of tourists. People that come up to this area are actually more interested in the area itself and what the land is like, and getting information about it. If you guys aren't familiar with this area of the High Peaks at all, this is probably as far as I know, it is the only way at a reasonable speed, anyways, to get from I-87 north or southbound to the trailheads for Mount Marcy and a good chunk of the other high peaks in the Adirondacks. Mount Marcy is one of my favorite hikes. We're not going to actually cover the road that goes to Mount Marcy in this video. I do have it coming up in another video, though, that I have not managed to edit down yet, so it will get there. Basically, I drive all the roads, and then I break it down and do one video per road, so it makes it much easier for me because, yeah, it's a long drive. I know this video here is about 12 or 13 minutes, I think, and I did edit some of it out. The one spot I edited out, there was probably a 10-minute stop there, and I missed the very first section of the road right off the highway. Very easy road to find, though, right off my 87. It's the North Hudson exit. I believe it's exit 29 off in the Northway. If you get off there southbound, you would take you take a left either south or northbound there, actually, to go this way and follow this road out. The views on this road also are absolutely stunning. Just the views of the mountains from here, I really love them. Yeah, definitely a road to check out, though. I feel like I've ranted forever. Oh, I have. It's been 9 minutes. I don't really want to speed these videos up and try to do them faster because you lose some in the translation. You don't get to see the road as much, and you don't get to see the scenery. And I mean, granted, the camera is good. It's definitely something you should go drive yourself and go check out yourself. Just because the camera can only relay so much, So much of this is so much prettier in person. And different times of year, the fall foliage in this particular area is amazing. Definitely, you really have to check this stuff out yourself, which is why I'm really doing these videos, honestly. Just to let people know that this stuff is here and it's something that, needs to be preserved and needs to be cherished, and that still there needs to be an interest in it, and people really need to look into this and take an active interest in it and check it out on their own. There's so many little cool spots. Like I said, it snowed the night before this video, so there was some spots I couldn't get to check out like I had wanted to. There's some spots off on either side of the road where I would stop sometimes. Normally on my way through, actually, I would stop. And again, I couldn't do that in this particular video because of the snow, and I won't be able to do that again until, honestly, probably June by the time the snow melts. So it'll be a while. Winter lasts quite a while up here. Quite a while. We're not as bad as like northern Canada in some cases, but we get a pretty interesting winter here nonetheless. So I will do a drive on this road later on this winter just so you guys can see it. But yeah, I mean, for now, this is early winter. This is beginning of November. I actually shot this video, and they were just getting snow up there already. They were already getting snow up there. We had just started to get a little bit here in the southern Adirondacks, but not as much as they had. There was probably 8 inches of snow on the ground up there already, which is great for hunting season, but not so much for the driving, really, sometimes. Like I said, I have a Subaru, so the all-wheel drive really helps. Gets me out of some sticky spots, I guess, but, you know. I definitely don't recommend this in the winter in a lowered front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive car. Summertime is a different story. Summertime, the road is decent, so bear that in mind when you do come this way. I do love this road. I love this drive. Every time I go on it, it's like a trip back in time, because this is one of my first memories of being in a car on a road were on this road, so it kind of has a little personal meaning to me, I guess. But I mean, this is pretty much it. This is what the gist of these videos is going to be. I'm going to do quite a few of these. I have about 5 hours or so of video to edit down, and try to turn into these little short videos of hopefully no more than 15 minutes at a shot, because I don't want to listen to me talk for 15 minutes, and I'm sure you probably don't either. But if you do, hey, good for you. If you guys have any recommendations, any requests, you want any information on the areas I travel, feel free to send me an email. drivenroads@gmail.com is the email address. We do have a Facebook page, facebook.com/drivenroads. We are available there as well. And of course, always check back here. Comment, subscribe, like, and thumbs up. You can ask your questions right in the comments here. I do check the comments pretty much every day. I do it on my other YouTube channels as well, so I will be doing the same here. Again, if you guys want any information at all about this, if you want maps of the area, directions on how to get to some of these places, feel free to ask. I'm not a hard guy to talk to, and I will definitely do so. So, yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned again next week. I'll have another road that we'll be driving on, and enjoy the trip.